Today's video is all about overthinking. How many of us have gotten to this space where our minds are boom, 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 racing, and our anxiety is going through the roof, and we just can't seem to slow down or focus, and we get really discouraged or overly stressed. So today, what I'm going to talk about is overthinking and what are three main strategies to help you stop and be present in the moment and really slow down that thinking. So first of all, I got the idea of this topic because one, I tend to overthink sometimes, and two, I saw a meme the other day and it made me laugh because I totally had this feeling. I don't know if you've ever seen it, but it's all about overthinking. And it's this little boy who's in a baby pool, so the water is probably this deep, but he's holding onto this little tube and he's got this scared look on his face and he's kicking because he's so afraid that if he lets go, he might, go underwater. And it takes his parent or caregiver, whoever it is, to come over and just stand him up, and then he realizes that he's only in about an inch deep of water. And then he takes a deep breath. And that's what overthinking looks like. How many of you guys agree with that? Me, it's, when we're in this spot where we're afraid and we go, and we're not really aware of what's around us or what's happening, because in our mind, our anxiety is just going through the roof, or the overthinking, or racing thoughts. So what I thought, again, I'm going to give you a couple of strategies to help you when you're in the midst of overthinking, and what you can do to really slow down and catch yourself in it. The parent coming in and just standing this little boy up, and he has this look on his face of just relief. So first of all, what is really happening when we're overthinking, or what's overthinking really trying to tell us? Once we start overthinking, oftentimes we can get into fight or flight, and that's when we feel flooded, our heart rate is going, our mind is just going, and when we're in fight or flight, we have a hard time focusing, we kind of get peripheral vision, we can't hear very well, and so we're in that fight or flight response. And so overthinking, that's why our anxiety goes through the roof, because in the midst of all that, everything feels like out of control. So, and underneath the fear or the anxiety of overthinking, our mind is trying to remind us or tell us something, but we got to get to that message. And so it's, when we're able to kind of slow down and be present in the moment, then we're really able to get some clarity of what's really going on, or what are we really trying to get to. So, and usually overthinking, when does overthinking happen? In the middle of the night, right? Or the other day I've probably shared this story because it's happened a few times, but in the midst of driving the kids to school and the tire blows and I have to stop, and then I start overthinking about all the things that I have to do and how am I going to get this tire fixed, and and my mind just goes all over the place. And other times that we overthink is when maybe we're in the midst of going through something pretty serious in terms of our relationship, and we're stuck either in the middle of the night kind of just thinking like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? What's going to happen? Where's my partner at? And that can really create a lot of stress. So, it's things are happening in your relationship, or managing your schedule, or things that are happening at work. It's just things that really fill our bucket, and it's stressful. And again, we go into fight or flight, or, we're overly stressed, and so we stop taking care of ourselves. All those things that happen. Remember that little boy who's so afraid to let go? Once his parent helps him, he's able to see like, whoa, I can actually manage this. So with overthinking, it's first of all, stop. The three things, and I'll expand on, it's, first of all, when we're in the midst of overthinking, we got to stop. Imagine a stop sign, and second, breathe. Those deep belly breathing techniques that I've taught you guys before, that's important. and then focus on one thing that's right in front of you. So it's just a 3 kind of thing method, and then there's more to it, but stop, take a deep breath, and then what's one thing that's right in front of me. So if you're in the midst of like relationship struggle and your mind is going, and it's the middle of the night, stop, imagine that stop sign, take a deep breath, and then focus on, it can even, the one thing in front of you, like focus on, I'm lying in bed, I'm staring at the wall, and that helps put you in the present moment. And as you stare at the wall, you just start taking deep breaths. All right? Or if your tire blows, imagine a stop sign, take a deep breath, and then just say, okay, what's the first step? What's the first thing I need to do to help get this tire fixed? Do I need to make a call? Do I have my spare tire? Just one thing at a time. And the thing about imagining the stop sign and taking a deep breath, that helps put us in the present moment, just like that. And it does help slow things down. And so in the middle of the night too, when we stop and take a deep breath, focus on the wall, or you focus on something in the room, it helps put you back into the here and now, the present moment. Especially when we're in relationship struggle or we're overly stressed about something that's external, that's out of our control, it helps to refocus and put us back in the present moment. The other thing about overthinking is we tend to overthink about things that are way out of our control. And so in the moment of stop, breathe, focus on one thing that's right in front of you, if I had to add a 4th step, ask yourself, what's in my control in this moment? In this moment, how do I pause and focus on what's in my control right now? And sometimes the only thing that's in your control is to stop and take some deep breaths, to get your heart rate to come back down and really to be able to focus on the present moment and what's the one task or what's the one thing that's going to be helpful to you in this moment of overthinking. All right? So those are, and the other, so those are really 4 steps. You got a bonus. So stop, breathe, focus on one thing that's in the present moment, and then the last, bonus is what's in my control. The other thing about overthinking, when we're able to do that technique and we can slow down and really stay present, then we can ask, like, what's really going on for me? What is the thing that I'm really trying to focus on? And that helps us, instead of those racing thoughts that put us all over the place and we get confused, sometimes overthinking, when we can slow it down, is a reminder. If we want to remind ourselves of what's in my control here, what's my plan, what do I really need to focus on, and so when we're able to slow down the overthinking and we can say, what's the one thing that's right in front of me that I need to focus on, what's in my control right now, and what sort of plan do I need to put in place to help me with whatever stressor is right in front of me. So the biggest thing about overthinking, stop, breathe, be able to focus on one thing that's right in front of you, what's in your control, and then what is overthinking really trying to tell me. All right, guys, don't forget, in the midst of overthinking, when you're that little boy who's so afraid because, he's so afraid because he's not sure what's happening. Here, remember, you have given yourself, by watching this video, you've given yourself the tools to help you in the midst of overthinking by using those 4 techniques. Stop, breathe, focus on the one thing that's right in front of you, and then what's in your control in the moment. By giving yourself these tools, you're like the parent that comes in and helps the little kid. You're helping yourself stand up in the water to realize, that you're not in something giant and deep, that you can do this. All right? Okay, guys, thanks for watching my video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for weekly updates all about relationships. Have a great day.